You've probably heard the term body clock or circadian rhythm before, but have you ever really stopped to think about what it means? It's not just a fancy science term. It's the internal timing system that runs almost everything in your body. It tells you when to feel awake, when to feel sleepy, when to be hungry, and even when your body is most ready to exercise or focus. Your body clock is like the conductor of an orchestra, making sure all the instruments, the hormones, the nervous system, digestion, body temperature, play in harmony throughout the day and night. When your clock is in sync, everything flows. You wake up feeling alert, you have steady energy all day, you get naturally sleepy at night, and you sleep deeply until morning. But when it's out of sync, things can feel messy. You might have trouble falling asleep, you wake up in the middle of the night, or you feel tired and sluggish during the day, even if you got enough hours of sleep. So why does your body clock get out of sync? Sometimes it's obvious. Maybe you traveled across time zones and ended up with jet lag, or you started working night shifts. But other times it happens gradually, so slowly that you don't even notice until you're stuck in a pattern you can't break. Late night screen time, irregular meal schedules, caffeine too late in the day, stress, and staying up late on weekends can all push your internal clock out of alignment. Even small shifts like going to bed an hour later than usual for several nights in a row can throw things off. Your body loves consistency, and when it doesn't get it, the signals that tell you when to wake up and when to wind down start to blur. At the heart of your body clock is a tiny group of cells in your brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, or SCN for short. It sits in the hypothalamus, right above where your optic nerves cross, which is no coincidence. It takes cues from light. When bright light hits your eyes in the morning, the SCN sends a message to your body. It's time to wake up, raise your body temperature, suppress melatonin, and boost cortisol just enough to give you energy. As the day goes on and light fades, the SCN tells your pineal gland to start releasing melatonin, the hormone that helps you feel sleepy. This natural rise and fall of hormones is what keeps your sleep-wake cycle running smoothly. But here's the thing. Light isn't the only factor that sets your clock. Food timing, physical activity, and social cues also play a role. Eating late at night tells your digestive system and metabolism that it's still daytime, even if the clock says midnight. Skipping breakfast can confuse your internal schedule because your body doesn't get the signal that the day has started. Even staying indoors all day with artificial light can make your body clock drift later and later because it's missing the strong morning light that anchors your rhythm. When your body clock is misaligned, it doesn't just affect your sleep. It can impact your mood, digestion, immune system, and even your risk for chronic conditions. People with disrupted circadian rhythms are more likely to struggle with anxiety, depression, and metabolic issues like weight gain and insulin resistance. That's why resetting your body clock isn't just about sleeping better. It's about restoring balance to your entire system. The good news is, your body clock is incredibly adaptable. Just like it can drift off course, it can also be guided back into sync if you know how to give it the right signals. And the best part? You don't have to rely on pills or extreme measures. There are completely natural ways to nudge your body back into its ideal rhythm so you can fall asleep easily, wake up refreshed, and keep your energy steady all day. In this video, we're going to walk through exactly how to do that. We'll cover how to use light strategically, how to time your meals and movement for maximum effect, and how to build a daily routine that locks your rhythm into place. By the end, you'll have a clear plan to reset your body clock naturally, and more importantly, keep it running smoothly for the long term. If your body clock is like the conductor of your internal orchestra, then light is the baton it uses to set the tempo. Light is, without question, the most powerful natural signal your body gets to tell it when to be awake and when to be asleep. Your brain is wired to respond to light in a very specific way. Bright light means daytime and alertness, while darkness means nighttime and rest. That's why if you learn to control the light you're exposed to, you can almost always steer your body clock back into alignment. Let's start with the morning, because what you do in your first hour after waking has a huge influence on your entire day's rhythm. The moment you wake up, you want to give your brain a clear, unmistakable message that it's daytime. That means getting natural light into your eyes as soon as possible. If you can, step outside for at least 10 to 15 minutes, even if it's cloudy. Natural daylight, even on an overcast day, is far brighter than indoor lighting and gives your brain the start-the-day cue it needs. This light exposure tells your SCN to shut down melatonin production and ramp up cortisol. Not in a stressful way, but in the natural, energizing way your body is designed to do in the morning. If stepping outside isn't possible right away, open your curtains wide and let in as much sunlight as you can. You can even combine light exposure with movement, like a short walk or gentle stretching by a window. Movement helps, but light is the real game changer here. People who consistently get bright light within an hour of waking tend to fall asleep more easily at night because their body clock is anchored to that strong morning signal. Now let's talk about the flip side. Darkness. Just as your brain is designed to respond to light, it's equally sensitive to the absence of it. Darkness is what triggers your pineal gland to start producing melatonin, the hormone that helps you feel sleepy and stay asleep. The problem is, in our modern world, true darkness is hard to come by. We're surrounded by artificial light from lamps, TVs, computers, and phones well into the evening. And blue light, the type emitted by screens, is particularly disruptive because it mimics daylight and tells your brain to delay melatonin production. If you want to reset your body clock, you have to start protecting your evenings from too much light. About 2 hours before your target bedtime, dim the lights in your home. If you can, switch to warmer, softer bulbs in the rooms you use at night. Avoid bright overhead lighting. It's like sending a midday signal to your brain when you're trying to wind down. And of course, the big one, limit screen time. I know, easier said than done, but even cutting back in the hour before bed can make a big difference. If you absolutely have to use a screen, use a blue light filter or wear blue light blocking glasses to reduce the impact. Another trick is to create a dark bubble for sleeping. That might mean blackout curtains to block streetlights, covering or turning off electronics with glowing indicators, and making sure your bedroom is as close to pitch black as possible. Even a small amount of light can reduce melatonin and disturb your sleep. That's why people who live in brightly lit cities often sleep better when they use blackout curtains or a sleep mask. It's also worth noting that the timing of light exposure is just as important as the light itself. If you're trying to shift your sleep earlier, get morning light as soon as you wake up and avoid bright light in the evening. If you need to shift your sleep later, For example, if you've been waking up too early, delay your morning light exposure a bit and get more light in the late afternoon. You can think of light as a dial for your body clock. Turn it one way to move your schedule earlier and the other way to move it later. The bottom line is this: your brain and body take their main cues from light and darkness. Morning light says wake up. Evening darkness says wind down. And if you keep sending those cues at consistent times every day, your body clock will adjust. It might not happen overnight, but with steady habits, you can expect to feel a difference within a week or two. And here's the really encouraging part. When you start controlling your light environment, you'll notice other things begin to fall into place almost naturally. You'll feel more awake in the morning without as much caffeine. You'll have an easier time falling asleep without tossing and turning, and you'll start waking up closer to the same time every day without forcing it. That's the power of aligning light and darkness with your internal rhythm. It's like flipping your body's master switch back to balanced. While light is the most powerful cue for your body clock, it's not the only one. What you eat and when you eat it plays a surprisingly big role in keeping your internal timing on track. Your metabolism, digestion, and energy levels are all tied into your circadian rhythm. That means your meal schedule can either support your body clock or push it further out of sync. And the best part is, you can use food and movement together like a double team to keep your reset strong. Let's start with meal timing. Think of your first meal of the day as a morning signal to your body. When you eat breakfast at a consistent time, you're telling your digestive system and your metabolism the day has started. This helps reinforce the message your brain is already getting from morning light exposure. On the other hand, skipping breakfast or eating it hours after you wake up can blur the lines of your body's internal schedule. Your digestive system is still waiting for its cue, which can delay other rhythms, including your sleep cycle. Your last meal of the day matters just as much. Eating too close to bedtime can confuse your clock because digestion is an active process. When your digestive system is busy breaking down food, it sends signals that it's still daytime. That's why a heavy dinner at 9 or 10 p.m. can make it harder to fall asleep. It's like you're asking your body to run a marathon and then immediately trying to shut it down for the night. The sweet spot for most people is eating your last meal about 3 hours before bed. That gives your body time to process the food and start winding down. The type of food you eat in the evening also sends subtle signals to your clock. Meals that are rich in complex carbs, lean proteins, and vegetables tend to support sleep better than those high in sugar or greasy fried foods. If you need a small snack later in the evening, keep it light and balanced. A banana with almond butter, some whole grain crackers with cheese, or a small bowl of oatmeal. You're not trying to fuel your body for activity. You're just giving it enough to stay satisfied through the night without ramping up digestion too much. Now, let's talk about movement, because your body clock also takes cues from physical activity. Exercise is like a reset button for your energy rhythm. When you move your body, especially in the morning or early afternoon, you're sending a clear message. This is the active part of the day. Regular exercise during daylight hours can make your body more ready to rest at night. It doesn't have to be intense. A brisk walk, some light jogging, or a yoga session can all help. The timing of exercise matters here too. Morning workouts can help shift your clock earlier, which is great if you're trying to go to bed sooner and wake up earlier. Late afternoon exercise can be energizing without delaying your bedtime, but intense exercise too close to bed can have the opposite effect. High-intensity workouts raise your core temperature, spike adrenaline, and keep your heart rate elevated, which can all signal to your body that it's still go time instead of sleep time. One interesting thing about movement is that it's not just formal exercise that matters. Even light activity throughout the day, like taking the stairs, standing up and stretching, or going for short walks, can help reinforce your wakefulness during daylight hours. And when you pair that with quiet, calming movements in the evening, like stretching or slow breathing exercises, you're helping your body transition from active mode to rest mode. There's also a hidden connection between meal timing, movement, and light. When you combine all three in a consistent daily pattern, morning light, breakfast soon after, physical activity during the day, and dinner in the early evening, you create a strong rhythm your body can rely on. The more consistent these cues are, the less effort it takes for your body to stay on schedule. It's like training a dog. Once it knows when to expect food, walks, and rest, it starts anticipating them naturally. Your body works the same way. So if you've been feeling like your body clock is all over the place, start paying attention to the rhythm of your days, not just your nights. Anchor your mornings with light, movement, and breakfast. Keep your afternoons active but balanced. And let your evenings be a time of lighter eating, softer lighting, and calmer movement. Over time, these patterns will become so natural that your body will know exactly when it's time to be alert and when it's time to let go. We've talked about how your body clock responds to light and darkness, how meal timing sends signals to your system, and how movement reinforces your rhythm. Now it's time to put it all into one easy-to-follow flow you can use every day. Not just to reset your body clock now, but to keep it steady for the long term. Because the truth is, your circadian rhythm loves consistency. It's not about perfection every single day. It's about creating enough of a pattern that your body knows what's coming and can prepare for it. Your reset starts the moment you wake up. As soon as you open your eyes, get out of bed, and expose yourself to bright, natural light. Step outside if you can, even for 10 minutes, and let the light hit your eyes. That one action alone sends a strong morning message to your brain, suppressing melatonin and starting the wakefulness cascade. If you can pair that with some gentle movement, a short walk, stretching, even watering your plants, you're stacking two powerful cues right from the start. Within an hour of waking, have your first meal. It doesn't have to be huge, but it should be balanced. Some protein, some complex carbs, and some healthy fat. Think eggs with whole grain toast and avocado, or oatmeal with nuts and fruit. This breakfast is your daytime fuel signal. It tells your metabolism that the active part of the day is here. Through the middle of the day, keep your activity up and, if possible, get more light exposure. Even if you work indoors, take breaks to step outside or at least sit by a bright window. This continued daylight signal helps keep your energy stable and reinforces your body clock. This is also when you want to schedule your most intense exercise. Morning or early afternoon workouts work best for most people because they boost alertness during the day and leave enough time for your body to cool down before night. Plan your last large meal for about 3 hours before you want to be asleep. Make it satisfying but not heavy. Grilled fish or chicken, a serving of whole grains, and plenty of vegetables is perfect. If you need a snack later, keep it small and balanced, so it doesn't kick your digestion into overdrive right before bed. Avoid caffeine after midday and keep alcohol moderate and early in the evening. About 2 hours before bedtime, start your evening wind down. Dim your lights, switch to warmer tones, and turn off overheads if you can. This lighting shift is a powerful signal to your brain that night is coming. Reduce screen exposure, or if you must use a device, use blue light blocking glasses or night mode. This is also a great time to do calm, relaxing activities, reading, journaling, or gentle stretching. If you enjoy tea, this is when you can have a caffeine-free herbal blend like chamomile or lemon balm. Keep your bedroom as dark, cool, and quiet as possible. Blackout curtains, a sleep mask, and even earplugs or white noise can help block outside disturbances. Think of your sleeping space as a cave. Your body is designed to rest deeply in darkness and cool temperatures. And finally, try to wake up and go to bed at roughly the same time every day, even on weekends. That consistency is the glue that holds your reset together. At first, you might need to be more deliberate about each step. Getting light right away, eating at the same times, moving at set points in the day. But over time, it will become automatic. You'll notice that you start getting sleepy at the same time each night without forcing it. And waking up feels easier because your body has learned the rhythm. The beauty of resetting your body clock naturally is that you're working with your biology, not against it. You're using the cues your body has relied on for thousands of years, light, darkness, food, and movement, to bring everything back into alignment. And once you're in sync, you're not just improving your sleep. You're supporting your mood, your focus, your digestion, and your overall health in ways you can feel every single day. So if your nights have been restless, your mornings groggy, and your energy all over the place, take a week to commit to this plan. Anchor your mornings in light and movement, eat on a consistent schedule, keep your evenings calm and dim, and give your body the consistency it's been craving. Your clock will adjust faster than you think. And before long, you'll be waking up with energy, sleeping deeply without effort, and feeling like your days and nights are finally working together instead of against each other.